Picture this scene. You wake up every morning, walk into your own warm, beautifully designed coffee shop. The rich, inviting aroma of freshly roasted coffee beans fills the entire space. The espresso machine is steaming and hissing. Customers are smiling as they order their favorite drinks, and people are comfortably sitting at tables, working on laptops, reading books, or chatting with friends. This is the dream that thousands of people chase every single year. They see busy, successful coffee shops in their city and think, I can do that too. I can create my own little community hub, be my own boss, serve great coffee, and earn a comfortable living doing something I'm truly passionate about. They imagine designing the interior, greeting regulars by name, crafting beautiful latte art, and becoming a beloved part of the neighborhood. It feels like the perfect lifestyle business. But the cold, hard reality is that the vast majority of independent coffee shops struggle badly or completely fail within the first 3 to 5 years. The failure rate is shockingly high. In this extremely long, detailed, and honest video, we're going to do a deep, comprehensive breakdown of the real economics of owning a coffee shop in 2026. We'll cover every aspect: the true startup costs, daily operations in detail, why profit margins are so painfully thin, where the actual money is made, the hidden risks that destroy most shops, and what the future holds for independent coffee businesses.
A coffee shop feels like the ultimate lifestyle business. You get to design a warm and inviting space, serve delicious drinks and food, build genuine relationships with regulars, and become a central part of people's daily routines. The average customer spends between $6 and $13 per visit. A reasonably busy independent shop can serve anywhere from 300 to 800 customers per day. On paper, those revenue numbers look very attractive and exciting. However, once you start subtracting all the real-world costs, expensive rent, high labor expenses, costly perishable ingredients, utilities, waste, marketing, equipment repairs, insurance, and debt payments, most owners quickly realize that the profit left over is much smaller than they ever imagined. Many shops barely break even for years, and a large percentage eventually close their doors.
Opening a coffee shop is far more expensive than most aspiring entrepreneurs expect. Finding and securing a good location with strong foot traffic is extremely competitive and costly. Prime spots come with high rent. The build-out phase is even more expensive. Plumbing for sinks and restrooms, major electrical upgrades for all the heavy equipment, HVAC systems, flooring, attractive seating, lighting, and interior design. This phase alone can cost $250,000 to $800,000 or more. Equipment is another massive investment. You need commercial-grade espresso machines, grinders, large refrigerators and freezers, ice makers, blenders, dishwashers, and a modern point-of-sale system. A solid professional setup can range from $150,000 to $450,000. Add the cost of initial inventory, coffee beans, syrups, cups, baked goods, furniture, signage, permits, licenses, insurance, and grand opening marketing, and the total realistic cost to open a nice independent coffee shop in 2026 usually falls between $500,000 and $1.5 million. Most first-time owners take on large loans. That means heavy monthly debt service payments begin immediately, often before the shop has even turned its first profit. This debt burden puts enormous pressure on the business from day one.
Once the doors are open, the daily reality is challenging and relentless. Rent in a good location is often the largest single expense, frequently ranging from $8,000 to $25,000 per month. Labor is extremely expensive. You need skilled baristas, shift supervisors, and cleaning staff. With rising minimum wages and benefits, a medium-sized shop can spend $15,000 to $40,000 per month on payroll. High turnover in the industry makes training costs add up quickly.
Ingredients are costly and highly perishable. High-quality coffee beans, fresh milk, plant-based milks, flavored syrups, pastries, sandwiches, and other food items must be restocked regularly. Waste from unsold items can reach 10 to 20% of revenue in some cases. Utilities run high because espresso machines, refrigerators, freezers, lighting, and air conditioning run constantly throughout the day. A typical specialty drink might cost $2.50 to $5 to produce, but sells for $6 to $9. While the gross margin looks okay, when you add all the overhead costs, the net profit margin for many independent coffee shops ends up between 4 and 13% in good months. A very strong, well-managed coffee shop in an excellent location might generate $150,000 to $350,000 in annual net profit.
By this point in the video, you understand that simply selling coffee drinks is not enough to make a coffee shop highly profitable. The real money in this business comes from much more than just the basic latte or espresso. Successful coffee shop owners have learned that the actual coffee is the hook that brings people in the door, but the real profit comes from several other high-margin areas. First, food sales. Pastries, muffins, sandwiches, salads, cookies, and breakfast items often have much higher margins than drinks. A croissant that costs $1.50 to make can sell for $4.50 to $6. This is where many smart owners make a large portion of their profit. Second, merchandise. Selling branded mugs, coffee beans, t-shirts, hats, and reusable cups can be extremely profitable because the markup is high and there is almost no waste. Third, loyalty programs and subscriptions. Many successful shops now offer monthly subscription plans where customers pay a fixed fee for a certain number of free drinks or discounts every month. This creates predictable recurring revenue. Fourth, catering and wholesale. Providing coffee and food for offices, events, and parties can bring in large orders with better margins. Some shops also sell their coffee beans wholesale to other businesses. Fifth, add-ons and upselling. Things like extra shots, alternative milks, flavored syrups, and whipped cream have very high margins and are easy to upsell at the counter. The best coffee shops don't just sell coffee, they become a destination. They create an experience that makes customers want to return every day. They host community events, have comfortable seating for remote workers, and build strong relationships with regulars. This is why some independent coffee shops thrive, while others with similar coffee quality fail. Even if you do everything right with costs and revenue, there are still many hidden risks that cause most coffee shops to fail. The biggest risk is intense competition. Big chains like Starbucks and local chains open nearby and take away customers with their brand power and marketing budgets. Rising costs are another killer. Rent increases, higher ingredient prices, and increasing labor wages can destroy your margins quickly. Perishable waste is a silent problem. Unsold pastries and expired milk add up fast. Location problems, bad foot traffic, construction nearby, or parking issues can kill your business. Changing trends also hurt. Customers' tastes change, and if you don't adapt, they go elsewhere. Most coffee shops fail because owners underestimate these risks and overestimate how many customers they will attract. Success requires constant vigilance. So, after everything we've covered in this very long and detailed video, the high startup costs, the brutal daily operations, the razor-thin profit margins, where the real money actually comes from, and all the hidden risks that cause most coffee shops to fail, what is the final takeaway? The truth is this: opening a coffee shop can be an incredibly rewarding and fulfilling business, but it is also one of the most challenging and risky small businesses you can start in 2026. It looks romantic, creative, and simple from the outside, but the economics are tough, the competition is fierce, and the failure rate is high. Success in this industry is possible, but it requires several critical ingredients. You need an excellent location with strong, consistent foot traffic. You need extremely tight control over your costs, especially labor, rent, ingredients, and waste. You need to go far beyond just selling coffee and build multiple revenue streams like food sales, merchandise, loyalty programs, subscriptions, and catering. Most importantly, you need to create a genuine community destination that makes customers want to return day after day. If you have a real passion for coffee, strong business discipline, enough starting capital, and the willingness to work extremely hard, especially in the first 2 to 3 years, then a coffee shop can become a profitable and meaningful business. Many independent shops do succeed and become beloved local institutions that their owners are proud of for decades. However, if you are going into this with unrealistic expectations, insufficient capital, poor location, or without a solid business plan, if you enjoyed this long, in-depth analysis and want me to break down the economics of another business, whether it's a gym, restaurant, laundromat, or anything else, just let me know in the comments and I'll make a video on it. Thank you so much for watching this entire video. If you found it helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future episodes. Until next time, stay curious about business, and I'll see you in the next video.